Hey guys, Corel Cooper for OnTheBlack.com here with a quick Q&A segment. Today's question comes from Meet the Amazons, who asks, how do you feel about our current catcher situation? When Brian Schneider gets off the DL, should we give him his starting job back, or should we let our young guy Omir Santos get the nod? So how I feel about the current situation is I like the platoon of Santos and Castro. I think it gives us a little bit more offensive punch. And to see what I'm talking about, let's take a look at the numbers for our catchers so far this season. So in comparing the Mets' offensive production going into Friday night's game against the San Francisco Giants, Omir Santos has been the most productive catcher for the Mets. He's been in the most games. He has the highest average, and he's tied with Castro for the most RBIs. Castro has also played pretty well this year from an offensive production. Schneider only been in 7 games, but the average of 143, 0 home runs, and 3 RBIs is very concerning, especially since Schneider did not have a good year from an offensive standpoint last year as well. And so I have some concerns about all 3 of the Mets catchers, actually. With Schneider, it's 1, is he going to be able to stay healthy? 2, how productive is he going to be when he comes back? Last year, he wasn't productive at all, offensively or defensively, and the same was said could be said for this year before he got hurt. He really, was not productive at all on either side, offensively or defensively. Castro, the knock has always been on him is that he's a good hitter, but he can't play every day. And will he break down if he gets more playing time? And then with Santos, Santos is 28 years old. So let's remember that Santos is not really a rookie in terms of his age. He's 28 years old. And so my question there is, what's taken Santos so long to get to the majors, and what's taken so long for the light switch to kind of come on there? And, is his hot streak this early in the season sort of a fluke? Can he sustain this for the long haul across a 162 game season? So that would be my concern with Santos. I think when Schneider comes back, the Mets have a couple of options. 1, they can carry 3 catchers. They did that for a little bit last year with Robinson Cancel, if you guys remember. I'm not the biggest fan of carrying 3 catchers, but it is an option, especially with Delgado on the disabled list. The other option would be to send Santos back down to the minors, which would not be a popular move amongst Mets fans, which I gather. And then the third would be to either try to move Castro or Schneider. In my opinion, what I would try to do if I were the Mets is I would see if there's a market for Schneider out there right now. I think his reputation is still that he's a pretty solid defensive catcher who struggles offensively. There's always teams out there that are looking for a solid defensive catcher. But if I were the Mets, I'd try to see if there's a market out there for Schneider to see what I could get back, and I'd try to move him, and I'd move forward this year with Ramon Castro and Omir Santos as my platoon behind the plate. Would love to hear what you guys have to think about our catcher situation, whether you agree with me or disagree, or if you have another perspective on this. Talk to you guys soon.